Hey everybody.
Hi.
Welcome back
to Return of the Living
Dead Girls. We're stupid.
Return of the Living Dead Girls. If you're tuning
I'm trying
in,
to practice my blaze and it's really sucky right now, but it's gonna
good.
get there.
She was trying. I liked it.
It's
better
fun.
than mine.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Our blaze and our
We were really inspired by the new Lorna Shore song. It's called Oblivion. It's amazing.
For all you metalheads out there.
Yeah, for the metalheads, go check that out. So good.
If you haven't already.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's like just everybody like, oh, the little Lorna Shore. But I'm like, it's good. What can we say?
It is.
Well, Ramos, we love you. Listen to us, please.
Yeah.
Okay. I should send it to him. Send this to him. Okay. So
Here we are, girl. It's Friday.
Okay.
Period.
And today's episode is okay, I am gonna say this right now before we start. This is probably one of the most, maybe not one of the most, but it's got a lot of controversy in a sense, I would say.
Yes. Probably the most controversial we've done yet.
I would say. Yeah, it's so trigger warning. It's got sexual stuff. It has a little bit of pedophilia in it. Not that I mean, it does because we're reviewing it.
We might as well just start off the bat with that because the movie starts off
and
the
it
bat
has,
with that.
Yeah, it has pedophilia elements in it. Yeah. So if you don't want to hear that, don't listen, and please don't have your kids listen to this. We're just letting you know.
The movie we're going to be talking about is from the 80s, 1983 to be precise, and it's called Sleepaway Camp.
Sleepaway Camp.
And if you know this movie, if you know, it's literally one of those movies. I'm like a don't spoil it for me person, right? And she's always like, I don't care.
Right.
And she wanted me to talk about the movie with her, but I did not want to spoil the ending of it for her because I feel like it's a big component of the movie. So, yeah, we're definitely going to get to that. But, yes, trigger warnings for... There's going to be a lot of queer topics we're going to touch on, including trans stuff and transphobia. There's going to be some of the small elements of the...
It's just in the movie. We're not transphobic, obviously, but the movie has...
Girl, live your life. Hey, whoever... Live your life.
We love all, so there it is.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, we just wanted to say that. And again, we be acting a fool, so we're not trying to offend anybody. We're going to talk about it as lightly as we possibly can, while still just being ourselves. Do you like it?
I'm going to always have to do it. That's actually really good. Okay, so we'll start off.
Are sour.
And so yeah, Sleepaway Camp. What can I say? If you have seen this movie,
she just saw it for the first time.
I ain't never seen it. I was like, oh my god, it's a little wild.
A little wild.
So right off the bat, for me, I feel like this movie, it starts off strong.
It starts off at the camp, right? And it starts off with the dad and the two kids in the water. Mm-hmm. That's how it kind of starts off, these characters. There's a boating accident.
Yeah.
Right? And then it flash forwards to about 8 years or so.
Not even more than that. I don't know.
Yeah. And
just fast forward to the future.
And then it's like they go back to the camp, basically, the kids.
Yeah, so it starts off like that. Like there's basically this boy named I didn't get the boy's name. What was his name? I know Angela was.
I think his name was Ricky, maybe.
Ricky?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so we'll say Ricky, and
we're just gonna say that. Yeah, look it up. We have phones right now. We're acting like we don't. But yeah, it's a 1983 movie, early 80s. It is very campy. Still to this day, it's controversial in.
It is Ricky.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. I didn't take that down, but I was like remembering somebody say that. And also, Ricky was just very down. He was Angela's cousin, who is the other main character in this video, who's basically mute after the accident. When she goes to the camp, her and Ricky go, and you know, he's like her sidekick, shit-talking guy cousin or something, you know?
Right.
And she's just kind of there, like, kind of just mute and doesn't want to be bothered.
You can tell something wrong with her right off the bat. Okay, yeah. I'm just saying, like, the girl's traumatized. She's quiet. She's, like, kind of just out of it.
And I skipped a very important character. Before they even leave to camp, they're leaving their home, and the aunt is sending them off.
I thought it was the mom.
No, it's the aunt. I think her name is like Aunt Margaret or Aunt Martha.
Now I gotta look that up because I really thought it was the mom.
This character, the way she was dressed and the way she was acting, I felt like she should have been in a completely different movie. Like, she looked like something from a...
The way she was acting, right away, it was just off-putting. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with her?
Like, she's gonna snap at any moment and just, like, slit these kids' heads off or
She's
something.
like, okay, honey, I got your food.
That just won't do. I'm like, wow, she's like, yeah.
There was something wrong with her right off the bat. She was off-putting to me.
You can tell, yeah. Like, she's beautiful. The clothes were pressed.
Cute, actually,
she was very well groomed and manicured.
She kind of reminded me of Juliette Lewis.
I saw that. I could see that totally. Yeah, Juliette Lewis is super hot. I love her. I love her. This girl, her and her lifesavers gummy bag. Put them in a bowl. Anyways, so one of the more kind of punch to the stomach parts of this movie is like kind of right in the beginning. The kids are getting to the camp. They're unloading from the buses. They're excited, these kids, you know. And there's some staff, some kitchen staff, and like a cook or whatever. Like the main douchebag, like right off the bat, obviously, because he is literally talking about these young kids and checking them out, basically.
Yeah, right away, straight up fucking perv.
Just like out in the blue with the other members there, which was like an all black crew. It was all male, and he was like the white head chef, I guess, or cook or whatever. But he was disgusting.
Yes, he was
absolutely repulsive.
Absolutely disgusting. Fucking that was like right. And when I first saw that, when he first started talking about basically these kids being fresh meat, I was like, oh my god, like, no, y'all didn't. No, y'all didn't put this shit in the movie, but they did. Obviously, it was the 80s. The 80s literally had no filter.
Yeah.
So
another character we're introduced to right off the bat that I was kind of like, oh my god, like, what is going on here? Do you know who I'm going to talk about?
I don't know, but I was going to mention the fucking camp people, like that muscular dude that was in them shorts.
That's what I'm gonna talk about.
I was like, whoa.
His name was Ronnie.
All these boys in their fucking shorts.
When I say these are the shortest, tightest shorts I've seen a man. But honestly, bring that back. Dudes, wear fucking shorts. Like they were so short, they weren't even shorts. They were almost like
they were like chonies.
Yeah, basically. But they look good on him. He's actually a bodybuilder, that dude.
Oh, is he? I mean, he was actually the most sensible one in the fucking movie.
But okay, yeah. So he seems sensible, right? Okay.
He did seem
I'm going to tell you why I don't think he was sensible. We're going to get to that.
Okay.
We're going to.
I thought he was the one that made the most sense and was like, had a lot of sense.
Trying to be sensible, yeah.
I'm like, he was the only one that was the most sanest in the motherfucking movie.
Because there were so many staff. I'm like, what is going on here on this
Don't even
day?
get me started with the camp director.
The cigar old man, girl, we are going to get to his fucking ass.
Oh, his ass too, Jesus.
Okay, so yeah, the perv, he's there checking him out. Okay, everybody unloads. And then what do you got after that?
Well, from like I said, I mean, we're seeing the movie. They unload. They're there. Ricky is like, "Come on, Angela," and he's like, and they have to split them up, of course, because their boys go to the boys, the girls go to the girls. Mm-hmm. She's already being, picked on because they start kind of bullying her because there's like a few pretty girls. What was her name? Meg,
and then Judy.
Judy was a fucking bitch.
Judy was
I
an
fucking hated
insecure
her.
little cunt. She was.
She sure was, and she was
We're gonna
already
get into
kind of
her.
like just talking shit to Angela.
She
and
like
this
got
Angela
hot over the summer, and then she was like wanting and getting attention from boys, it seemed like.
Yeah.
And so she was all like kind of snooty and like hot shit, you know?
And her acting was horrible. I mean, I
It
guess all the
was.
acting was horrible.
The ponytail, the major side volcanic ponytail frizzed. It was kind of serving, but it was also like, oh, Judy. Don't do this, Judy. Oh, Judy. So, yeah.
Judy, please stop.
But she was very cunty. And
She
not
was
necessarily in a
absolutely
good
cunty.
way. But we'll get on with it. We'll get to her later. So, yeah, the fashion in general was just, you know, it's early 80s, and I was living for it, honestly. You know, I'm always looking at the clothes. So.
I mean, it was well enough. Like I said, everybody had short shorts. All the men, even the little boys. I was like, y'all didn't have to put the short shorts on the fucking little boys. But I don't know if that was just really just, obviously that's the style back in the 80s.
Yes, there was
Everybody
a lot of
fucking
short,
wearing tight shit, and
stuff.
I'm like, this is not necessary. But
Even
okay.
think about the basketball players, like in the 70s, 80s, 90s. Well, maybe not the 90s, but they had
70s
short
and
fucking
80s.
shorts.
That's true. That's true. So,
But yeah.
let's talk about the first kill.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna go through the kills that we remember.
Yeah, so first kill, they're in the mess hall. You know, people are eating, they're talking, they're mingling, all the kids, the counselors are standing around. And Angela's getting picked on, basically, because
she
she's
don't wanna
not
eat.
eating. Okay. So then hot pants Ronnie comes along and is like, oh, girl,
I'm telling you, he was the
shorts.
sweetest one there. I was like, okay,
No,
Ronnie.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't think he's sweet, and
All
it's
right.
coming up right the fuck now.
Okay.
Because Meg, I think, points it out and brings Ronnie, and Ronnie's like, oh, I'm gonna take her to the kitchen, and I'm going to bring her to Arnie, who I think is the fucking pervert character.
Chef, basically, yes.
Yeah, and he's like, you're gonna find something to eat with him in the kitchen or whatever. Okay. Ronnie takes her on back there, and he tells her, hey, Arnie, this is Angela, and she doesn't talk. She doesn't talk at all.
So do you think that he knew?
That's what I got from that scene. Because
I
he
didn't
was
get that
basically
from that
serving
scene.
this pervert, this mute child. You know what I mean? And I was like, ooh, Ronnie, no, I thought you were going to be... But no.
I didn't think of it like that. But I mean,
that's
that
what I
is a
thought.
aspect. Yeah, I actually just thought he was a nice guy who didn't probably know. And he was like, oh, you don't want something to eat? Like, let's talk to the chef. He'll make you something that you want to. I thought he was genuinely being nice.
I just felt like
But that's a possibility.
all of the staff and the crew knew that there was like
Fucked up
creep
shit.
stuff going on. Because the white cook, he was just all talking about it in front of that whole staff, and then the cigar dude, I forget the guy's name. What was
He
his
was a
name?
perv too.
He was a perv too. He was basically involved with one of the younger counselors. So yeah, it's like there was a lot of fucked up of shit like that going on in the movie, which we will get to. But so he takes Angela to
The back of, I guess,
back.
the pantry.
Yeah,
because
the
he's like,
cooler
we'll find you
area.
something to
Ooh,
eat.
yeah,
And
so
I'm
we
like,
take it
oh
back
my
there.
God, no.
yeah.
Yeah, basically, automatically, he starts unbuckling his pants,
Yeah, he
basically. And can I just say, Ricky, her cousin, he literally was the most awesome little boy.
Yeah.
Like, literally always looking out for his cousin. I will say that.
Yeah, he was.
He was like, "Where's
good.
Angela?
He
Where's
was the
Angela?"
good one.
Right?
Yeah.
He was the good one. He said, "Where's Angela at? Where?" Oh, and everybody's like, "Oh, she's in the back with Artie." And he was like, "She's in the back with Artie." I think he kind of knew, like, what? Like,
Yeah, he can't be trusting his fool.
and so he went back there. Basically, walks in on Artie. I think his name was Artie, actually. Artie pulling down his pants, basically, and he was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then
Yeah.
fucking
He
already
clocked
gets
his
mad.
ass
Yeah,
right
he
away.
like slaps him. He's like, "You don't say shit, motherfucker!" Like all that.
Yeah, he like roughed up that little boy, and
That
then
poor little boy get roughed up all the time.
I know.
He took it
did.
like a G though. I'm telling you, that little boy was a G.
He was a soldier. He fucking was.
Mm-hmm.
He was a down ass cousin.
Down ass cousin. You all need a down ass cousin.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
And
so
I
they
imagine
ran
that's how
out.
it'd be.
Yeah,
I'd be like, "Where the fuck is my cousin?
right.
What the fuck?"
We have to, but you need to check on me, girl.
I'm like,
Unless I
"Well,
tell
she's
you.
in the room.
You know,
Where's that knife at?"
we gonna go find it together. But so yeah, that happens, and then the next scene is basically the next kill scene.
Yeah.
Do you want to go into that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and it's
It's
rewarding. It's rewarding because it's like you see him, you're like, "You piece of shit,
You
motherfucker."
piece of shit.
He's over here, I guess, making some boiling water, trying to fix the water.
in the biggest pot you've ever seen. It had to be like a 5-foot fucking.
Yeah, he was like on a ladder to fucking mix the water.
Yeah,
Like,
he
it
had to
was that
stand, and
tall.
it's like the biggest thing. It was huge.
And so basically, you see this hand. I don't know how. And the kills though.
It's a POV. I will say that too. It's the POV of the killer coming in, you know, and he
Yeah,
sees
it's a
him,
POV of the killer.
which I kind of like that. So yeah.
And you see this hand, like he's like, "Hey, stop fucking around!" Like he's like trying to stir the pot. The hand, he's like on this ladder, and the hand basically grabs the ladder and starts like pulling the ladder, and he's like trying to stop the person like who's pulling the ladder. He's like, "Stop it, stop it!" As if he could easily just jump off, but he didn't. Obviously,
No, he put himself in a position where he was gonna fall. Like, right.
I was like, "You set yourself up for that." And so, basically, long story short, the fucking killer pulls the ladder from on him.
Yep.
He falls. The boiling pot of water falls on him all over,
All
and he's
over
just
his
like,
body and
"Ah!"
face.
And he's screaming. You see his skin boil. They show us part basically where his skin is just boiling off.
There's a great shot, a great special effects shot.
That was
of
good.
His hands and then his face of literally just like throbbing and boiling from the liquid.
Yeah.
And he's just
Basically.
screaming in agony,
Which,
basically.
good.
And it's like a satisfying.
It's
It's not a kill, you know, but he basically gets taken out and he's burnt the fuck up. Like,
Yeah, he got what was coming to him.
yeah.
For sure.
So, get the dick first, honestly,
Right?
and bowl that dick up first.
You like boiled hot dog, do you?
Well, you should, you fucking pervert. So that was the first extreme part of the film, I would say.
I'd say the whole fucking shit was extreme. Just like the way these kids were acting towards each other. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all?
Did you ever go to camp? I feel like I've asked you that before.
Yes, you have, and no, I haven't.
Okay,
my
no,
parents
I
were
didn't.
poor. They didn't take me to camp.
Like, they're camp. That's a fucking.
They're like, camp in the backyard with a dog.
No.
We did. I did do that.
Go to. I remember going to like a Sunday school type thing.
I do remember
and
that.
they would just kind of drop us off, but it was not like a
I remember that we
sleepaway
did go
camp.
there. And then I would say the closest thing we did to camp was the gym, which was not really a camp. We would just go to the community gym in Denver Harbor Park.
But that was
We had a lot
so
of
much fun. That was, I mean, camp I guess would be fun too, you know. But I'm sure.
And if you think about it, though, we were there by ourselves, wandering off, leaving the building, leaving the park. Could have gotten kidnapped by some perverts.
Yeah.
At that age,
And there were definitely perverts there.
we didn't even think about that.
No, we wouldn't think about it because we didn't, you know. But yeah, it was fun though. So I could see again how camp could be fun, but we know that kids can also be cruel. So I'm sure that there's that going on as well. But yeah, so basically where we go into next, a lot of undertones of racism obviously in this movie, because after that first boiling punch to the face, basically the director, the cigar dude, bribes the all black crew to like shut their fucking mouth about what happened.
Yeah,
basically.
he did. He was basically just trying to cover up everything.
And he was just like, yeah, because we're gonna just keep it on the hush hush. He's like, just cook dinner. We're gonna go about our business as usual. So boom, okay, you get the first idea from him, like, oh, he doesn't give a shit. He's trying to just keep everything going still. You don't know that he's a pervert as well yet.
His name was Mel. I had to pull him up. Mel.
Okay.
That was his name.
I just remember him with this big old nasty cigar, and I'm like,
Oh my God. Speaking of Ronnie, his name is Paul D'Angelo in real life.
Okay.
Hot muscle Ronnie.
He looks like an Italian.
He's an Italian D'Angelo.
Mm-hmm.
Italian. Okay, anyways.
But yeah, so then what's the next kind of big thing in the movie? I'm trying to think. Basically, Angela actually meets a little boy.
Which is Ricky's friend, Paul.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was Paul.
Friends. That's right.
Paul was definitely feeling her. But you can tell he was just basically also a dog in a sense as well.
And at first you didn't know, which we never know at first, right?
They're all dogs.
But he opened up and was kind of empathetic with her, or sympathetic about her and her family situation. So I think that's why she opened up.
Yeah, you can tell she was kind of liking him.
Little fucking shit.
Yeah, like he was like, hey, Angela. Because like basically all the girls, like Meg and Judy, like they were already picking on her so much because she was just quiet.
Everybody was.
And I was like wondering, I was like, were they jealous of her? Were they just like, oh, she's weird? Like poor little Angela, she's just sitting there
literally
minding her business
there.
quiet. And you could tell, I already knew something was off with Angela because every time one of the bitches would like come and talk shit to her, or even anybody would come and get in her face, she would just sit there taking it, staring off at them with this mean look like, I'm gonna get you or something.
This actress,
she's just there like,
she had
fucking
the
splitting.
best fucking 100-yard stare, man.
Yeah, she did so well.
Look that she would just give them. It wasn't like blank because there was like some emotion there, but it was, and it was just kind of, I don't know. It was just so many things that she did it very well.
Just staring off into the abyss.
And it would just agitate them more and more. They would get some, and speaking of the queer, because obviously I'm sure you notice, example, Ronnie in the fucking shortest, tightest fucking short.
Dude, I'm telling you, you'll have to see this motherfucker.
Yeah, just Google search Ronnie Sleepaway Camp and you will see his fucking outfit.
See what we're talking about.
There's a moment, I think he has like a mesh
put this shit in the video.
There's even like a lot of dudes in crop tops, which honestly, some of the dudes look hot in the crop tops.
And bring crop tops. Everybody, dudes, women, everybody wear crop tops. Fuck it.
Short shorts on dudes. Have you ever seen that like in real life? It looks good. I'm like, and
I mean, yeah, I have seen it. I suppose it does look good. I mean, if you got it, flaunt it.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. I'm starting to wear short shorts. Just kidding. I'll be at the gym like, ooh, look at my leg. Whatever. Never mind.
We're both.
Fuck me.
We're both trying to. We're working on our bodies. Not trying. We are working on our bodies. So. But there was a lot of homoeroticism in this fucking
I'm telling
movie.
you, whoever fucking directed this movie, I don't know what was wrong with them. I know there was some shit going on in the mind of theirs.
There was a lot of different elements in this movie, but apparently, and you can Google this too, when you read up about the director and his inspiration and what he has to say about the film, he really doesn't give people a lot of information about it. He's just like, oh, it was foreshadowing, or he keeps it very simple, and he's not reading into it, or he doesn't let people, I guess, some people are like, oh, he's lying about it, he had more intention than he's, telling us, but I'm like, girl, with all the elements in there, especially, like I said, there's a lot of queer undertones, and then just straight queer in your face, obviously, as well. For me, what it was with the two girls, Judy and Meg, this is how I read this. Judy was obviously a girl that developed overnight, came back, and she was like, hot and popular or whatever, right?
Just begging for attention.
Yeah, but she's still like super insecure inside.
Yes.
And then the girl Meg, honestly, I felt like she could have been like an undercover leslie, like in denial. And she's like wanting to be accepted, and she's wanting to like kind of mark her place almost, maybe even as like a dominant Leslie. I don't know why
I did not get that from her at all.
I don't know why I went there with her, but I did. There was a moment I'm like, is she like masking that she's like, I'm one of the girls, but obviously she like wants to eat their coochie. You know what I mean? She's just trying to like get in good with them.
I did not get that from her.
I don't know, reading too much about it, but
maybe you wanted that.
Maybe. No, oh my god, not with the kids. No.
No, I'm talking about Meg. Meg wasn't a kid. I think she was like, what?
They're too young, period. That is not what I meant by that comment at all.
Never mind.
But, yeah, girl, there was just
the other camp counselors were young. I mean, they were young, but they were adults, weren't they?
Not even with the girls. I want to just go back to the male aspects in this movie of the homoeroticism because...
I mean, Ronnie. I'm just saying Ronnie was literally the epitome of gay...
Go-go dancer,
like...
hot.
Just who all the gay men would probably love.
I'm sure they do.
Yes, I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
I mean, Ronnie had it going on. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, y'all know, I mean, for those of y'all who don't know, I am a lesbian. But, like, Ronnie has it going on. I ain't gonna lie.
And there were moments in the movie where you thought, okay, you wanted to kind of root for Ronnie because it did seem like he was on the good side.
I really feel like he was. I do. But I just don't know. What you say in the beginning, that is possible. Mm-hmm. But I feel
the way he says, like, she doesn't talk. And I was like...
Maybe I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that.
Girl. I was like, oh, no, y'all.
And maybe it was. You know, movies have that, them because it seemed like everybody knew.
Even about the cigar dude, everyone seemed to know about him and Meg.
I didn't catch that either.
That people knew about it?
No, because so we're going ahead of time. Wait, let's go to the other kill. So basically,
go.
The other kill, I think the next kill, basically from what I remember, was that Angela was obviously being fucking bullied by the bitches, and she's like, I'm gonna go outside, and I guess she was looking for Ricky. So she's trying to go to Ricky's bunk, but of course, you know, you have these jock dudes who were on the roof, apparently, like playing water balloon with each other. Again,
they're like
balloon.
frolicking with each other, wrestling on a roof with no shirts, short shorts, and they're like wet.
Yeah, again, inappropriate shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? What?
Oh, yeah. So Angela's walking while this is happening. She's minding her own fucking business again.
She usually is.
Yeah.
And they decide they're going to throw a water balloon at her.
Yeah. And
one of the dudes is like, he throws a balloon at her. Boom. She lands on the floor. And once again, here comes motherfucking
she gets knocked out cold.
Oh! Right? She gets knocked out. Ricky comes running to her defense like, who do, and I swear to God, little Ricky, he was gonna fight. He didn't give a fuck how big like, you were.
Fuck you all. Yeah, he was a little firecracker.
He was like, I'll fucking kill you. Like, he got
you
so
fucking
mad.
Cocksucker, blah blah blah. Girl, he popped off with the profanity.
I really loved him. I love him.
He popped off on them, and they were like all up there, all.
He was just defending his fam, man.
He was, and as you should. What the fuck?
Exactly. He was like, you motherfucker, I'll kill you. And of course, the camp counselor, the main one, that's
the pervert cigar
man, was like, "Stop it, Ricky! Stop it!" Like he was like,
and then gave all of them detention, including Ricky.
I know. I'm like, what? Why would you do that to Ricky? He was defending her honor.
Yeah.
So anyway,
so shitty.
So the next girl basically, you know, shows like
one of those dudes going to the restroom.
Yeah, go to the restroom.
We might have missed something in there, but this is one of the.
But I think that's the other kill that I remember.
Sure. Yes.
And goes in the restroom. You see he's in there. Somebody puts a stick between the fucking door so he can't open it, which you can clearly just crawl under. But again, a lot of these fucking scenarios is like escape proof, but they just make it seem like they can't escape.
It's 80s.
Like, just go under the. Okay,
you're trying to run and you just keep falling. You're like just classic.
Oh my god, we should try to do that Michael Myers thing like they do on TikTok.
Oh yeah,
we should do that. Anyways, okay.
Fun stuff.
Fun shit. I totally want to do that.
So he's in there taking a shit, and there's a window right above his head. He's in there, la, la, la. And I'm gonna also say this, something I noticed when he pulled his pants, all his short shorts, because they were short shorts, all the way down to his ankles on the floor, and there were no underwears, there were no chones in there. It just looked like shorts.
Oh my god, I didn't even realize that.
And I'm like, so you're just on the roof, just shorts that are thin as fuck, polyester, like just frolicking with like another 10 dudes that are like shirtless and wet.
Girl. The undertone was just.
It was. There was a lot of different sexual undertones, but like weird.
Yeah.
It was just bizarre.
It really was. So basically, he's there. You see once again the killer.
Mm-hmm.
He like there's a window behind him, screen, whatever. And the killer cuts open the screen and he's like, hey, who is that? Cut it out. Mm-hmm. And you see the killer gets like a wasp nest or something
yes.
on a stick and throws the wasp nest in there
with him.
And
he gets stung to death.
He gets stung to death. They show his ass. Oh, no, it was bees. I think it was bees.
Yeah, he's covered in bees.
Yeah, he basically gets stung the fuck up. Like he couldn't escape it.
Yeah.
Boom, he's dead. Stung up. Bees are all on his face. He's dead.
He's dead. They killed him. I'm like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
Very believable.
So at this point of the movie, you're kind of thinking, who's the killer?
Who the fuck is the
it
killer?
Angie? Is it the cousin?
I had thought that it was both of them because there was like different things. I'm like, it would be Ricky because he's like a soldier trying to protect, so he can be
right. Like you would think, like the twist is like Ricky's the killer because. You know, he seems like he's, noble, but he's a serial killer killing these people.
Right, because they done went through some traumatic shit and I don't know.
So then things are getting set alarm. Like the alarm set, the camp counselor is like, this is not good. This is not good for business. Like, what the fuck is going on? And he's already thinking it's Ricky. So that's why I'm like, oh my God, is it Ricky?
Because by then I think that was like actually like the third body or the fourth.
No, I think that was the second body. I don't remember the second kill.
No, I don't think it was. I can't remember who the other one was, but by then, because by that time, oh boy was unraveling. He was like, oh, shit. He's like, we're not going to be able to like hide this. He's thinking that it's Ricky. He was going to go and confront Ricky.
Little Ricky.
And yeah, then there was a moment where the little boy that Angela opened up to, Paul,
and Paul's still trying to get it.
It was all nice. He was all nice the first like 3 meetings, and then the later after that, he like tried to kiss her without asking.
Yes.
And when he was like, I want to show you something, and basically he just like wanted to try to kiss her.
Yeah. And she
anybody,
was like, no.
It doesn't matter if you're a boy or a girl or you're anywhere in between, just ask consent. Like consent is sexy. Okay? Consent is fucking sexy.
Bitch, hold up, wait. This is the woman that played Angela.
Oh yeah, that's her name, Rose. Yeah.
Bitch is hot.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that right now. I'm gonna see
there was like a whole bunch of sequels. I think there was maybe 3 or 4. One of the last ones for Sleepaway Camp that was supposed to get made, it didn't because of something. I don't know what, but I was like,
I can imagine because the shit's. I mean, nowadays I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of perverted shit out there, but
yeah, but this was like 80s. So yeah. But so the counselor, he's losing his mind, the cigar dude, but he doesn't want to shut down. Because he's a greedy pervert, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the next kill, that's when people think this is when shit's really getting wild. And so, again, they're like, I guess they decided to like, what was his name? Ronnie, the main counselor, was like, okay, let's just have like a night out with the kids. We're gonna have people assigned. Take them out to the woods. We'll have a sleep. Roast marshmallows, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And then he said, except Meg and except I forgot the other girl. There was one girl who was actually always nice to everybody, which I was like, oh, she's trying to be nice.
I don't know. It's Lumiere and his bowl.
Lumiere. Okay, anyways,
he's gonna come over here and terrorize us next.
I'm surprised he hasn't.
He will.
Okay. And so basically Meg was like, oh, I have off. And then I was off put by her because she was like over here basically hitting on fucking Ronnie gross ass cigar. No, not Ronnie. I mean the counselor man, cigar man, old as fuck.
They
ugly
had
as
something
hell.
going on. You could tell from the beginning because there was a moment when she was standing by him, and you could just tell her body language. And
I
was
didn't
like,
clock that
oh,
either.
God. I'm like, wow, she's.
But when she was like, "Oh, well, I'm free tonight," and I'm like, "This bitch, ew."
Yeah.
But I'm like, well, fuck it. And so she's like fucking hitting on him, and he's like, okay, and you know. And so she's like trying to take a shower basically that night, and all the girls are in the shower. She's like, so she's like, I'm gonna go to the other bunk and take a shower basically, because I guess that one was free.
Yeah.
So again, oh no, I skipped the part because basically
we're skipping a lot of stuff.
we are, but we're just kind of going to the main events. But basically, what
do.
triggered her kill was because her and Judy again decided to pick on Angela because they were all swimming, and they were so mad that Angela wouldn't go swimming.
That's right.
And they're like, "You think you're too good, Angela?" So they pick up Angela and drag her to the water. And Angela's clearly like, "I don't want to go. I don't want to go."
And they throw her in the water as she's like flailing and screaming. Basically.
Yeah, like clearly she.
And while this is happening,
and here comes Ricky.
cigar fucking sicko is basically attacking Ricky because he's telling him like, "What have you done?" or "What are you doing?" Like,
and
he's
Ricky's like, "Let
him.
me go. I gotta go help my cousin again," and shit. Always fucking coming to the aid of his cousin.
Yeah, poor Angela always getting.
And poor Ricky is literally
with.
like, "I'm telling you, man, just fucking protecting her."
Yeah, Ricky was a good one. But so yeah, that's how Meg's kill came about basically, because shortly after that, Meg's taking a shower. She's by herself, and she gets stabbed in the back. Literally.
And the way she the fucking kill, she's on the fucking shower wall.
Yeah, she is.
And she's like, "I'm gonna just fucking do this," because for those of y'all who see the video, you'll see it. She's like on the wall. And like she's showering, and then like the fucking knife comes through the wall, and she's like, ah, and then like the knife's going down, she's like, and every time the knife moves, I'm like, oh my god.
And the back of the scene with the knife going through the bath wall, the shower wall or whatever, it's so funny. It looks like paper being with blood. The effects, it's very fucking 80s, but that was a perfect impression.
So she's dead, boom, on the floor.
No. She doesn't fall to the floor.
I thought she fell through the floor.
The only reason I'm saying that is because later, we're just skipping around.
We are skipping
around. Cigar pervert is running around looking for her, asking people where she, literally asking other staff, "Well, where's Meg? I'm looking for her."
Right.
And someone's like, "Oh, she has the night off." She's like, "Well, I know, but we were gonna meet. Like, we were gonna like."
So now you just gave it away, basically. Like,
and you can tell that the other staff are kind of looking at her like, oh my god, there he goes. You know, like.
We knew it.
Gross. It's so gross.
Yeah.
So he goes and he finds Meg in the shower, and when he's standing there, Meg like falls through the shower curtain. Remember?
Oh, that's right. Okay, you're right.
Small jump scare, not bad, but then he's like, oh. Then he like snaps.
He's really snapping, just talking to himself.
He fucking snaps like, "Meg, I owe it to you."
Right, like he was in love with her.
Yeah.
I'm like,
and this man is old, like, I mean,
ugly
older.
and old.
He's an older gentleman. I mean, gray, like wrinkled, you know. And this is like a young lady. She's probably still a fucking minor. She might have been 17.
God.
Or 16. I
don't know. I always just thought they were older. I thought they were at least like 18, 19.
Angela was 13 when this movie was filmed. Like Rose, the actress.
Well, yeah, the actress now is very pretty. Like she's pretty now, yeah. But
yeah.
Like Rose, whatever. But like I thought.
I don't know how old.
I'm assuming the
else
counselors were older. I just thought they were.
I don't know. Ronnie looked like he was older.
He definitely was like a young man. Yes, he was in his 20s. We know that.
Yeah, fucking bodybuilder now. So I was like, oh. But
pecs of steel.
I know, he was just solid. That guy. I'm like, oh yeah, bodybuilder. See you. But yeah, so Meg killed. Okay,
Boom,
stabbed
dead.
through the back. She did. and cigar perv going off. He like snaps, and it's, you know, taking it upon himself. Like, I'm gonna go and get him. Like, I owe it to Meg, basically. And
yeah,
like,
he was just convinced Ricky is the one.
And as he's searching for Ricky, maybe a little bit before, Angela.
No, we gotta go to Judy.
Missed Judy. Okay, go Judy.
So Judy's death, again, she's kissing a guy, like she has a guy in the bunk. And she was a bitch, right? Because they're making out, and she's like, "Quit kissing me so sloppily," and he's like, "I'm sorry." And then you can tell he was just kind of over her ass. Yeah, and I'm like, "Good, who the fuck would want to make out with a bitch like that?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm gonna go," and she's like, "Why?" Blah blah. So he's like, I gotta go." Blah blah.
Because they almost got busted.
That's true. He had to hide
under the thing, and it was boy looking for Meg.
Yes, that's right.
He was searching all over for this young lady.
He was.
I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm just in here reading a magazine. And then he leaves, and boy's like, I need to leave. And she's like, fuck you, basically.
Right. She was all mad and shit.
Yeah, so he leaves.
He leaves, boom, pow, and then boom, the killer's making their way over there to her.
Mm-hmm. Knock at the door opens.
She's thinking it's the boy again.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, is that you? Blah, blah, blah. And then it turns out she was like, oh. So you can tell, like, at that moment, she knew who it was.
I thought she couldn't tell, because she was like, who is that?
No, because remember when she kind of at one point says, oh, it's you.
When they started walking up a little bit, right?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, like, she gets slapped. Like, fucking, she gets slapped the fuck out, and she gets on the floor. She's knocked out, and the killer basically puts a pillow over her. There's a fucking flat iron, like a curling iron. And I'm thinking the way they're showing it, I assume that flat iron or that curling iron was shoved up her. That's what I got from it. I'm not lying. Like, the way they show it, I think that it got shoved up her.
Oh my god!
And because she was like screaming, and her hair. I mean, because how are you gonna get killed with a fucking curling iron? What, they were just burning her or something?
I mean, yeah, somewhere.
I feel like it was being shoved up her.
I don't know.
That was my impression.
Oh my god, I didn't even think of that.
Like the way it was being shown, the angle of the shadow. I don't know. God.
I mean, it could be a possibility, and oh god, yeah, kill me.
Right, and that probably could kill somebody, I suppose.
I don't know. That's so horrible to fucking think.
I don't know, but yeah, that's what I was assuming. That's what I thought. That was my first impression. I was like, oh my god. And then she dies. She dies from it. She dies.
Then they push the body behind the bed. Boom.
She dead.
Onto the next.
Yeah, she's dead.
So old boy's cigar perv all over the place looking for Ricky now after he done found Meg dead. Yeah, Little Ricky.
Little Ricky, not Pretty Ricky. That's a rapper. Little Ricky. I think that's a rapper too, isn't it?
I think so.
Little Ricky.
Anyways. Pretty Ricky is that old school singer that was gay, right?
I don't know.
Anyways, or is that Little Ricky?
Whatever, Little Ricky.
Pretty Little Ricky?
Pretty Little Ricky. I don't know. Ricky.
So then Angela, I think at this point, no, this was a little bit before, but she was kind of looking for Paul at this point because a little bit earlier they had a memento where she was on the bottom and he's like kissing her, and he starts to kind of try to undo more than she wants to do, and she's telling him no. And he's like, oh, come on, Angela, I'm not doing anything.
Right.
And by now you already know he's a douche because earlier he was caught kissing Judy.
Yeah, he was.
Again, we missed a lot of things.
We did.
But
check on that.
Yeah, so he's having a moment. Angela's like, no, don't do it. And while this is happening, after she said no to him, she's having a flashback to her childhood of her dad, seeing her dad in bed with another man.
I know, what was that about?
And
was the dad gay?
So, if you remember in the very, very beginning, in the boating accident scene, the dad's in the water, and on shore there was a man that they showed kind of react in a very... It didn't match up to like what was happening, but that was the lover.
Oh my god.
That was the lover.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, and I didn't know until I saw them and I listened to something else about it, but So she's flashing back to seeing the dad with the male lover in the bed, her and the brother at the door, you know, laughing about it. And then it shows a scene where her and the brother, they're in a bed and the camera's kind of rotating around and it's getting this spinning shot. The brother's pointing.
I didn't understand that part.
This is what I got. This is what I got from this. She's just sitting there seeing this finger, which to me was kind of
like the brother was pointing
symbolic of like penetrative nature. This is how I'm interpreting this.
I don't know.
And she was not wanting it, and he just was coming closer and closer. And to me, she was flashing back in that moment of telling this boy no, but him still pushing, basically coming for her.
That's what kind of spawned that.
And then she's like, no. So then she gets up and runs away.
And he's like, Angela.
He's like, what? I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah, he keeps screaming, Angela.
No is a complete sentence.
No.
Period. So yeah, so then he's looking for Ricky, perv cigar dude, and then at this point Angela's looking for Paul. This is like almost the end of the movie, basically. Yeah. Do you want to go from there? Do you want to say something?
Okay, I'll kind of spin off there and then we'll kind of, So, going towards the end, again, Ricky, I'll go to Ricky's part now because Ricky is looking, so at this point, everybody in the camp is like freaking out because they're realizing that they found Meg's body and they're like, and then they found Judy. So they know like there's somebody out there murking people. And
then there was a whole slew of kids that got taken to the woods for an overnight stay and then they all got killed.
Yeah. Everybody got killed. Somebody comes across them. He sees their body. He's like, oh my God. He throws up. He's running around. He's like, So everybody's panicking. There's a cop there. Cop finally gets there. Cop finds the bodies. He's like, oh my God, this is a massacre.
Yes.
So everybody's panicking. And Ronnie, and that's why I thought Ronnie might have been an okay guy, because he was like, oh my God, we gotta find the rest of the kids. So he was like looking for anybody who was left out.
Yep.
He was like, I'm gonna go find everybody else and get them back to safety. And that's when Ricky was, I think obviously Ricky was looking for Angela. And he was like, Angela. And then fucking pervert cigar guy finds Ricky
him and starts
beating the shit out of Ricky. I'm like, you're beating Ricky. I thought he killed Ricky, but he didn't. He just beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, he beat the living daylights out of him.
Here comes Mr. Terror. Booty boy. Hey. Hey. What do you have to say about yourself? What do you have to say about the movie?
What is wrong with you?
Slumber Party Massacre.
Why do you get up here and act like this? Why do you act like you don't know me?
He's like, I don't like that in my face.
Why do you like that? Anyways. He's a fucking brat. Y'all should know that.
Already. I scared him.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about
Go ahead, talk about the ending. You do it, girl. You do it.
When I listen to a couple... Leave him alone.
I'm sorry.
She will antagonize the shit out of him.
I just want to pet him and he hates it.
Yeah, he does. So Ronnie and the cop, or Ronnie and somebody else, they finally find Angela, who has already found Paul and has led him to the shore of the camp, which, you know, there's water, a lake or whatever.
She was basically telling him, like, let's go for a swim.
Yeah, it's like, meet me here, because he was trying to talk to her at this dance that was happening before everyone was trying to get, you know, all together, basically, because there was killings going on. So they meet down there and she's like, yeah, let's go swimming. And then once Ronnie and whoever else finds them, her back is towards them. And you just see her kind of sitting there. And then you realize once she turns around that she has killed Paul. And I think decapitated him, right?
Yeah, he's
decapitated him. But the most shocking, I guess, reveal, I'm putting air quotes when I'm saying this word, is that this character was trans, because she turns around, it's Angela, but you see full frontal penis.
She's a boy.
Yeah.
It turns out, so she's the killer.
And Ronnie says, "Oh, like she's a boy, or they're a boy, or something like that."
Yeah, that was the huge twist in it. Like, she's a boy, and it turns out the reason is it flashes back because it shows Aunt Martha basically
after the boating accident in the very beginning,
and she was basically saying, she's like, she was talking to, because it was a little boy that had like bandages around his head. She's like, "Oh, that just won't do. We already have a boy in the family." She's like, "You're gonna be Angela now." So the fucking fucked up ass aunt basically programmed this little boy to be Angela. And I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah. And the reason that obviously this movie is so controversial in that sense, because it brings up a lot of conversations about that being the only thing that can make somebody trans, or just a lot of conversations about what makes somebody trans. I'm putting air quotes when I'm saying that, if you can't see that, but
Right.
but yeah,
The stigma.
The stigma of, is it something that's taught, or is it
Right.
something that, if you're abused, it's gonna be that way.
Right. And in the movie, it was portraying that.
It definitely was.
Okay, anyways.
So that's the big ending.
So, yeah,
and when I say
movie
big
was like-
ending, like, that's the last 2 minutes of the movie, and
It
then
just ends like that. Like, literally just throat punch. Like,
there's a shot when she turns around and you get the full frontal scene where she has this expression on her face, mouth gaping wide.
yeah, she's
apparently-
like growling. She's just lost her shit.
Yeah, she's like growling, like screaming. It's like a very weird tone. And that scene, though, I remember when they first kind of flashed, I was like, oh, what scared me was the face, the expression on the face. And then upon a little research, it was actually like a cast, like a mask, basically, that they had made for the reveal, because that was like some drunk college student that got naked for the scene, I guess.
A drunk college student, for real?
I don't know, I don't know if that was on Horror Queers, which is a podcast that I listen to. Yeah, I love their podcast. These gays, they're really good at what they do. And, but yeah, they might have said that, or it might have been something else that I read, but they said that that's who that was. It was just a drunk college student that was like, oh, I'll do the scene, to get a little extra cash.
Wow.
I know.
But yeah, the whole scene itself was like wild, and you do feel empathy, because it's like, it was a little boy, he was programmed to be a woman, Angela, or a little girl, I should say, because Aunt Martha
had the
forced
trauma
him
from
to
the
be
accident, or
a girl.
Yeah, trauma from the accident, losing the dad, and then forced into this gender fuckery that the aunt basically put him.
And I
through.
think that's what obviously made him crack and kill people.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my god, like. So yeah, fucking wild movie. Just everything in that movie was wild. The acting,
kind of sad. Yeah.
It was kind of sad if you think about it. I was like, damn, But it was the elements were obviously sexual abuse, bullying, gender misidentity, just identity, crisis. Yeah, like don't know.
Because I think the aunt was having some of that too, obviously.
The aunt was, I'm telling you, something was off on that bitch. I was
moment.
like, what the fuck is wrong with her? I thought she could have been the killer.
Yeah, I was like, did she just go all the way there to kill
I thought
everybody?
she was. I was like, oh shit, she's probably she could be the killer too, because it seems like maybe she would just be maybe she was following them, like, oh, you're messing with Angela, I'm gonna kill her, I thought it was her.
So crazy.
But girl, it was a wild movie. Check it out if you.
Yeah, it's a lot, but it's basically a cult classic now.
Very cult classic.
It's there's a lot of different things going on in there. I think that can be good conversation, even though it's a little touchy. We did not go very deep into that. I was kind of having anxiety about talking about some of that, honestly, because I don't want to offend any of our queer or trans brothers and sisters, they, thems. But yeah, y'all know. If you know, you know, because there's a lot of movies that kind of play with that idea. The first one that came to my mind was the movie Psycho, because there's that element of not necessarily trans, but like cross-dressing. And back then, I think a lot of people, they kind of use that interchangeably.
Yeah.
You know, that trans was cross-dressing and vice versa, you know?
Right.
But
perversion, all that shit. Yeah.
And that shit goes back a long way.
It really does.
Another movie that has cross-dressing in it, it features Marilyn Monroe, and I think it's called, is it called Some Like It Hot?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about.
And there's two dudes in the movie that cross-dress to get a job, basically.
Yeah.
And one of them falls in love. Spoiler alert, they fall in love with Marilyn Monroe. And of course, Marilyn Monroe falls in love with him, too.
Right. How?
Even though he was lying the whole fucking time. She's like, I still love you. I'm like, of course you do. That was one thing I liked about Marilyn. She was in on the fucking joke. That's what I'm gonna say about that. But anyways, yeah, a lot of movies that touched on that. I'll list one more too. Silence of the Lambs was another one that kind of dabbled in this idea of like a violent cross-dresser. I'm doing air quotes with the Buffalo Bill character. But yeah, I think that we obviously know that it's not just trans people that are fucking violent.
Right.
Like, we've done some episodes where the statistics of the violent crimes performed by males is pretty, it's pretty scary. So we're just gonna leave that there. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, one thing I wanted to talk about too, because I know we ain't doing nothing, man. So we were gonna also add a quick little tidbit to our podcast. Did we want to do that?
What?
About the whole...
No.
No? Okay. We'll save that for next
Yeah,
podcast.
I thought I mentioned that.
Oh, I don't know. I forgot. Never mind. Spoiler alert. Just wait till the next episode.
Next
we have a new
episode.
segment coming out.
Yeah, next episode we'll work out the kinks for a new small
Peace.
ending piece.
Peace. That's what he has to say. He's literally just sitting on this table and we're just looking at him and he's growling. Peace. Lumi, I'm just looking at you. Is that what you have to say about the movie? That's what you have to say? Okay, yeah. I agree. Yeah, me too. Uh-huh. Totally. I know, right? Okay.
Anyways, I was checking my notes to see if there's anything else in here that I wanted to go over, because there were so many different things that I had in my head, but that's basically the gist of the movie, and it's just wild, like we were saying, as you can tell. And if you're into crazy wild 80s shit like that, then give her a whirl.
Mm-hmm.
See what you think about this 1983 cult classic.
Yep.
Yeah, leave us a comment if you've seen it before. And yeah, again...
Or any other movies that you think top this one, let us know.
Oh yeah, let
that
us
we
know.
may not have seen.
Comment a movie that you would want us to talk about.
Right, that you think, you know what, this one is absolutely horrible and fucking fucked up.
Yeah.
So watch it.
Right.
And we'll watch it and talk about it.
And then I wanted to end this episode, besides our other little tidbits that we do, and just say shout out to all of our fellow LGBTQIA+ community. We love you and appreciate you, and that's really it. Just be you, be beautiful, live your fabulous life, or do whatever, you know.
Exactly. Fuck the haters.
Yeah.
Anyways.
If you're part of the queer community, you know how many straight people are not really straight. So we're just going to leave that there too.
All right. And
I'm going to leave you there too.
All right, guys.
All right. That's the episode though, guys. Thank you for stopping by. We appreciate that.
We appreciate y'all. Until next time.
Check us out. Yeah, here on Spotify, on YouTube, if you want to see some
on
visuals. iHeartRadio, and on Instagram.
Exactly.
Just give us a follow. Give us
and
a
on
like.
scaresandtrills@gmail.com. Okay.
Okay, to say it.
Scaresandtrills@gmail.com.
I thought it was trill.
Sorry, scaresandtrill@gmail.com.
We're gonna double check again.
You know, I really am just horrible at my emails here. So
My cat's drinking my water.
but
But yeah, she's gonna get the email, and basically wanted to share that at the end of every episode in case anybody wants to email us a creepy, weird UFO sighting, just anything
right. It's
dark.
scaresandtrill@gmail.com. Damn, I fuck up.
Plural scares, singular trill. Okay.
At gmail.com. There you go. Got it.
But yeah, just send us an email if you'd like.
Or just leave us a comment. We've been getting some comments. We appreciate that. We love it.
Shout out to the people that left us comments. Illy.
Yes, thank you very much. And Tish. There we go.
And that's it. But we will sign off now if you're ready. Until next time, don't forget
to return to the living dead girls.
Bye. 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 Bye.